Hey chicks, it's Laura Jackson here, co-founder of Fit Chicks Academy, and I want to welcome you guys into my kitchen. So today we are talking about my favorite low carb swaps. Now, I'm not saying that carbohydrates are totally bad. All vegetables are carbohydrates. Fiber is a form of carbohydrates. It's all the things that our body really thrives on and where we get a lot of the nutrients, we get a lot of the benefits from are carbohydrate-rich foods. However, the problem is that we are eating way too many refined carbohydrates. So those are all the processed foods. They're all the puffed foods. Anything that's popped is high in carbohydrates. So you probably know those crackers and those things I'm talking about that are being marketed as something to help you lose weight, when really they are just literally spiking our blood sugar up, which is making us hold on to more fat. So today I'm going to share with you how you can start to swap out some of the foods, those foods and the foods that you're eating, and incorporate some more lower carb options while still feeling like you're eating those foods. Okay? So the first thing is swapping out pasta. So for all my Italians out there, I'm not saying you can never have pasta again, but when we're eating a lot of these boxed and rice-a-ronis and rigatonis and all these things that are coming in shelves in those packages, they are packed also not only full of carbs, but they're also full of a lot of chemicals as well. So what I like to do is actually swap out a lot of my pasta. So 80% of the time, I'll swap it out for zucchini noodles. So this is my number one low carb swap, swapping processed pasta for zucchini noodles. So how do we turn the zucchini into a noodle? Well, we're going to use one of my favorite pieces of kitchen equipment called the spiralizer. So all you do is just cut each end off, and you can get this at any kind of big box store, grocery store. They're about $20. I'm just going to turn this so you guys can actually see the front now. So you jam it in there, there's blades on one side and this awesome handle. So all we do is we start to crank it. It literally will take you less than 30 seconds. And as you can see, it turns your veggies into these amazing spiralized noodle shapes. So you can actually have your spaghetti sauce on top of this, or whatever pasta dishes you're having. Taking out, again, all those processed pastas. This has like 0 carbs and probably about 5 calories. And all you need to do is just dunk this in boiling water for about 5 to 10 seconds just to warm it up. If you overdo it, it's gonna turn to mush, so don't do that. Okay, so that's low carb swap number one. Low carb swap number two, I always get asked from my clients, from my students, I love sandwiches. What can I do instead of bread? So one of my favorite things, and I'm just gonna preface this by saying you need to like seafood, is actually using nori wraps. So this is my low carb swap two, swapping out nori wraps for breads, tortillas, and all of those high carb processed refined bread products. So these you can get in any grocery store, and essentially what they are is they're what you make sushi in. But they're also really great to create your own little wraps. So here, I just have a mixture of tuna and coleslaw with a little bit of low-fat mayonnaise on. And what we're gonna do is just wrap this like a little burrito. So put the bottom in, wrap the side, roll it up. Sorry, it's not that pretty when I'm doing it here. But this gives you a really cute little package that you can then eat. I'm not gonna eat it or I'm gonna have food all in my teeth. But again, always there's a few little things when you're dealing with different foods, is that these do get soft when you put the filling in. So you don't wanna pre-make them and then take them with you to work for lunch. What I do is I just take these dry in a bag and I put my filling in a separate container, and then I make it at work right before I'm gonna eat it. So that's my low carb swap too. Nori bread products for nori wraps. Okay, so if you don't like seaweed, don't worry. There's a ton of other things that you can use, but one of my favorites is literally just lettuce wraps. So you can buy like a romaine lettuce in bags, or butter lettuce is great too. Some other things are like collard greens, and the same thing though. Bring them separately, bring your filling to work, and then pack those together. Okay, so that's my favorite low carb swap number two. Number three is rice. Now again, rice is a real whole food, but we don't need to be eating excessive amounts, and especially if you're looking to cut the carbs back, and of course the higher glycemic carbs, which again are the ones that spike our blood sugar, it's really great to swap out your rice for something that is just as delicious, and that is cauliflower rice. So essentially what cauliflower rice is that it is just shredded cauliflower. So you can buy it like this, which is pre-made, which I pretty much do because I'm busy. I gotta do a lot of stuff, right? And when you're looking at, you know, eating healthy and making things quick, don't worry about investing a little bit more in something that's pre-made. But if you do have time, you can also just buy a head of cauliflower and pulse it in your food processor, and then you're gonna have cauliflower rice as well. And what you do is just stir fry this up in your frying pan like you would regular rice. If you're making, let's say, a stir fry, I wouldn't boil it, it'll make it soft. But if you do want to use it for something else, again, you can dunk it in the water for only about, I would say, boiling water for 30 seconds. And that way we'll still have that nice bite like rice does. But this will cut out so many carbs. And the thing that's great too with all of these swaps, guys, is that you're gonna be adding in so much more vegetables and nutrition into your life as well. Our veggies are packed with vitamins and minerals as well as with a ton of fiber. So it's great ways to sneak it in. And also, like I said, cut your carbs. So that is my number 3, rice, swap it out for cauliflower rice. Now my last tip, I kind of use this ongoing for a lot of stuff. So it's not really necessarily a swap, it's also kind of like a bulk up. When you're cutting out your carbs, the thing is you probably will be feeling a little bit hungry, okay? We've got to think about volume eating. We want to make sure our tummies are full, because if we're eating small amounts, your body is still going to be trying to find more food. You're still going to be hungry. So one of the great things to do is add more bulk without adding a ton of calories. So a great low carb bulk up to add to, again, utilizing in stir fries, adding it into wraps, adding it into omelets is coleslaw. It's really fast, and there's so many different versions of coleslaws now. You can do kale ones, you can do beet ones, you can do just straight old cabbage. There's lots of stuff, but I always have a couple bags of this extra in the fridge to make sure that I'm keeping my carbs low, keeping my veggie intake high, and making sure I'm super full and I'm not starving along the way. Okay, so those are my top 3 low carb swaps with a little bonus. Of course, if you want more information, check us out at fitchicksacademy.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.